Have you ever looked at a world map and wondered why does one country look like a perfect rectangle while another looks like someone drew it with their eyes closed? Countries don't all have the same type of borders because they were created in different ways. Some borders are straight because they were drawn by men using simple lines known as latitude and longitude. For example, many borders in Africa were created during the colonial period when European powers divided territories using maps, not natural features, as you can see on the screen. You can see how they were created, see how it's been divided. You can see on the screen, see Algeria, Libya, Egypt, Sudan, Chad, Niger, Mali, and Nigeria, of course, and the rest of them. Yes, so this is how these maps were made, and this is how the shapes were formed. Meanwhile, on the other hand, other countries have strange shapes because their borders followed nature, like rivers, mountains, deserts, and coastlines. These features were easy to use as boundaries because people could recognize them. Just as we have here on your screen, this is Chile, one of the largest countries in the world, and it is popular because its border follows nature. Like, as you can see there, the mountains and coastlines. This too is how this map was being formed, or it's been created because of nature. The mountain you can see around. Some borders also came from wars, treaties, and the movement of different groups of people over hundreds of years. That's why countries like Egypt look more geometric, and they represent some of the major European colonial powers involved in dividing African territories. Yes, this is just an animation of how borders were drawn, just as you can see on the picture on your screen. This art of them during 1500s. You can see that there were just different kingdoms and local tribes. And then during the 1700s, that was when explorers arrived to claim land. And after that, it's not just end there. During the 1800s, this was now when the colonial power decided to divide territories. As you can see on the screen, there are 4 different flags. Yes, and these 4 different flags represent each different countries that were involved in dividing territory. The first flag representing UK, the United Kingdom, that is the British Empire in Africa, was in control of countries like Egypt, Nigeria, Sudan, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Kenya, and the rest of them. So these countries were brought out by this colonial power, just as you can see up there. So yes, the second country we see, the flag represents the French colonial Africa, that is France. Yes, so this country, they controlled countries like Mali, Niger, Chad, Cote d'Ivoire, and other countries. This is how they got their own map. The next on the list, as you see here, is the one we know as Belgium, or the Belgian Congo. This is the one in charge of Congo Republic. As you can see on the screen, the next on the list, which is the last one there, is the Portuguese Africa. This is Portugal. They're the ones who control countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Angola, and the rest of other countries. So these are how all these maps were being constructed and mapped out. There are many other stories that lies behind every country's map you see today. Interesting, right? Thanks for watching. Do well to subscribe and hit the follow button.